Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jai Hind. So I hope I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Good evening, Jai Hind. So I guess I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Good evening. So how is your preparation going on? How is your preparation going on? Good evening. Okay. So good evening, everyone, and welcome to the session. So we are starting our daily current affairs session, and in today's session, we are going to talk about, like in today's newspaper, only some relevant articles were there. So we are going to discuss about some of the important topics like rare earth elements. One of the topic which we are going to discuss is rare earth element because it was there in the news. The second topic which we are again going to talk about is going to be about Thailand and Cambodia. And then we will discuss about Kavach system and other related things. So these are the topics which we are going to discuss in today's session. But before that, we will try to solve certain questions from the previous sessions. Okay. So here we have the first question. Which of the following statements are correct with respect to Aravalli Mountains? It acts as an ecological barrier to prevent the desertification of Indo-Gangetic plains. It was formed simultaneously with Himalaya, but it was taller than Himalayas. So here we have two statements with respect to Aravallis. First one is saying it acts as an ecological barrier to prevent the desertification of Indo-Gangetic plains. It was formed simultaneously with Himalaya, but it was taller than Himalayas. A option, B option, A option. Okay. So if we look at this one thing, it acts as an ecological barrier to prevent the desertification of Indo-Gangetic plain. This first part is correct. Second is it was formed simultaneously with Himalaya. This part is incorrect. You can see that it is a 2 billion years old structure. So not simultaneously with Himalaya. Himalaya was formed just a few 100 million years back. Okay. So here the answer is option number A. Consider the following statements. BBG Ramji aims at decentralization and enhancing the spirit of federalism. It is a centrally sponsored scheme. There are two statements. First, BBG Ramji aims at decentralization and enhancing the spirit of federalism. Second thing is saying it is a centrally sponsored scheme. So what will be the correct answer here? After that, I will come to your question also, Ranjit, with respect to the test series marks. I will come to that question. So what will be the correct answer here? Question number 2. BBG Ramji aims at decentralization and enhancing the spirit of federalism. Second is saying it is a centrally sponsored scheme. So 2 answers, 3 answers, all as option number D. D option, yes. That is correct also. Basically, you can see that there is no such aim at decentralization. And rather, we can see that it is not going in the light of positive spirit of federalism. It is something which is snatching away the power from the state governments, which was earlier provided under MG Narega. So it is not about enhancing the spirit of federalism. The first option is incorrect. Second is correct. The answer is option number D. OPEC Plus is a formal group of 22 countries which are major producers of crude oil. Okay. OPEC regularly meets to set oil production target and coordinate output to help manage global oil prices. So here we have question number 3. Look at the words carefully. Question number 3. Which of the following statements are correct? OPEC Plus is a formal group of 22 countries which are major oil producers of crude oil. OPEC Plus regularly meets. Achha, so tell me why this first option is correct. Many of you have given answer as B option, that is 2 only. That is correct also. So tell me why this is incorrect. Why the first statement is incorrect? Why the first statement is incorrect? That's true that it is option number B. That is correct. Now, if we look at OPEC, OPEC has got 12 members. OPEC Plus has got 12 plus 10 members. So, in total, 22 members are there. That's fine. So, why this first option is incorrect then? No, it is not about major or 40%. It is just because it is not a formal group. It is not a formal group. It is an ongoing alliance. It is an ongoing informal alliance, not a formal group. A formal group is something which is set up using a treaty. Formal group is something which is set up using a treaty, not a formal group. So remember this one thing, it is not a formal group. It is not having any such system like that. That's why this statement is incorrect. So that is the reason. Now coming to this topic of the today, rare earth elements. Rare earth elements. Now when we are talking about the rare earth elements, this is one such thing. What are rare earth elements and why is everyone looking for them? In today's The Hindu, there is a very much elaborate discussion on this, that what's special about the chemistry of rare earth elements, what's unique in them. Now you will find that there is so many things which have been discussed in this article, like where are the electrons present in these metals, or where the electrons present in these elements. You will find that there is a discussion that they are present in 4f shell. What is the position of these electrons? So many things with respect to chemistry has been provided in this article. But remember one thing, from the UPSC examination point of view, that chemistry part is not significant from your exam point of view. What is significant? First thing, like what are these rare earth elements? What are the rare earth elements? Second thing is, why they are called as rare earth elements? Why the name? Third thing, which we also see, that application of it. What is the application of this? Fourth part, which you have to see, availability or supply. Fifth thing, India's position. So from exam point of view, you have to keep these things. Okay, so now I hope it's working now. I hope now I'm properly audible and visible to all of you. Okay. So we were talking about the rare earth elements. We were talking about rare earth elements, and you may have seen that in the periodic table, if you have gone through the periodic table, you may have seen this, the lanthanides. You have seen this series lanthanoids, and then we have some other elements also like yttrium and others. So there are like 17. When we talk about the rare earth elements, there are 17 rare earth elements. There are 17 elements. Majority of them, they are from the lanthanoids. Okay. So they are the 17 elements from lanthanum to lutetium. From lanthanum to lutetium, there are like 17 such elements. Like here you can see from the number of 57, from 57, 56, from here you can see 57 to 70 plus this 71, and then we have other elements like yttrium and scandium, yttrium and scandium, yttrium and scandium. So these are the 17 rare earth elements. First of all, who are they? They are the rare earth elements. Now there is a second question, that why they are being called as rare earth elements. Why they have a name called as rare earth elements? Why they are called as rare earth elements? Are they rare? The first thing is, are they rare? The answer is no. Okay. First thing is, not rare. They are not rare. So why they have been called as rare earth elements? Rare earth elements, why they have been given this name, rare earth elements? See, in the past, there were certain oxides which were even called as earth. Okay. The oxides were simply called as earth at that time. Okay. So you will find that this name, rare earth, earth was basically a term for oxide powders. The earth was a term which was used for oxide powders. This earth, this was a term for oxides. Term for oxides. And these elements, the rare earth elements, you will find that it was difficult to separate. First thing is, difficult to separate and always found in oxide form. Always found in oxides form. Means they were never found to be alone. They were not existing as pure metal. Not existing as pure. Not existing as pure native elements. So due to all these things, they were not existing as pure native elements. They were occurring in the form of oxides. Plus at the same time, it was quite difficult to separate them from the oxides. So due to this very problem, they were given a name called as rare earth elements. They have been given a name, rare earth elements. Now see here one thing. When we talk about the rare earth elements, when we are talking about the rare earth elements, there is one speciality about them. There is a very one speciality about them. And what is that speciality? That their application. When we talk about them, there is one thing called as their application. That where they can be used. So can you tell me, what are the possible applications? What are the possible applications of this rare earth elements? Can you tell me what are the applications of these rare earth elements? What are the applications of these rare earth elements? Anyone? Semiconductors, okay. Semiconductor, electronic devices, fine. See, semiconductor is one of the use, that's fine. Okay. Then we see that the electronic materials, Here they are used. One of the very important use of these rare earth elements is making magnets. One of the very much important use of this is making magnets. Just to show you here one thing, like this one thing, there is one neodymium iron boron magnet. Neodymium iron boron magnet. 1 gram of this magnet can hold about 1.9 kg of water. 1 gram magnet, a very small magnet, 1 gram magnet can hold a water of 1.9 kg weight. So from here you can understand that this magnet is quite much powerful. This magnet is quite much powerful. Like suppose this is 1 gram and holding 1900 gram of water. Think about this, 1 gram and it is holding 1900 gram of water. 1900 gram of water. So its capacity can be understood by this one thing, that the magnets which are made using these rare earth elements are quite much powerful. So we have this one metal, neodymium iron boron magnet, and this has the capacity to hold items which are even 1900 times heavier than this. Okay. 1900 times heavier than this. So that is why in the case of magnets, this is very much important. In the case of magnets, this is very much important. Now, when we talk about the availability of them, there is approximately 90 million tons. 90 million tons of rare earth elements. There is 90 million tons of rare earth elements globally. So this is the global figure. Globally, there are 90 million tons of rare earth elements. And out of these 90 million tons, you will find that near about 44 million tons, this is with China. This is with China. Then you will find we have Brazil. Brazil is having near about 21 million tons. Then you will also find that India is also having a significant reserve, 6.9 million tons. So there is 6.9 million tons of rare earth elements in India which has been discovered. There may be much more higher figure, but as of now, globally, there are about 90 million tons of rare earth elements. When we talk about China, you will find that around 91% of global production, 91% of global production, that is with China. 91% of global production, that is with China. So as per the International Energy Agency, it says that 91% of global production is China. Okay. And like in the case of magnets also, which are made using these rare earth elements, the magnets which are being manufactured using these rare earth elements, you will find that 94% of the magnets, they are with the help of China. So China is having an edge over the rare earth elements. So this is our first topic. What is rare earth element? What is their supply and all? Now there is this one country, Thailand and Cambodia. There is this one country, Thailand and Cambodia. Can you tell me why are they fighting? Why are they fighting with each other? Thailand and Cambodia. Thailand and Cambodia. Can you tell me why are they fighting with each other? Any idea? Why they're fighting with each other? In recent times, we have seen that there have been a clash between Thailand and Cambodia. So what is the reason? This Thailand and Cambodia, this issue This issue is due to cultural rivalry. This is part of a cultural rivalry between Thailand and Cambodia. So it's not about any such major border issue or anything. Although border issue is there, but they are fighting for the cultural issues. Like when we are talking about Thailand and Cambodia, their border was demarcated by France. Okay. So their border was demarcated by France. Okay. But we see here in 2008, there is a temple. Priya Vihar. This is a temple. Okay. And here, when we talk about this, Cambodia, what did Cambodia do here? That in 2008, this is located near the disputed border of Thailand and Cambodia. Okay. So this region was registered as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Okay. It got the UNESCO heritage site, heritage tag. Now this is located near the disputed border. Located near disputed border. So that's why they have been fighting from 2008 itself. At the same time, there have been so many issues. There is also a Tam Muan temple complex. There is also one issue with respect to Tam Muan temple complex. Tam Muan temple complex. So this is also one such issue between Thailand and Cambodia. Okay. So you will find that this Tam Muan temple complex, here Thailand is having the control. Here Thailand is having the control and Cambodia is fighting for this. Okay. So these two regions, Tam Muan temple complex and the Priya Vihar temple complex, these are the two major sites of conflict between Thailand and Cambodia. So from time to time, due to social media conflicts or due to many other conflicts, these two nations start fighting with each other, Thailand and Cambodia. And then when they are fighting with each other, then there is an opportunity for one of the leader of the world that they can settle dispute and claim or again bid for Nobel Prize next year. Okay. So Thailand and Cambodia has been fighting. If you look at the location, Thailand is surrounded by Laos, Myanmar and Cambodia. If you look at this, Thailand is surrounded by Myanmar, Laos and Cambodia plus Malaysia. So Thailand has 4 such bordering nations. If we talk about Cambodia, here we have Vietnam, Laos and Thailand. So Cambodia is surrounded by Laos, Thailand and Vietnam, and Thailand is surrounded by Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia and Malaysia. So these are the 4 countries surrounding Thailand and the countries surrounding Cambodia you can see here. So these temples belong to the people who are living here, like Thailand and Cambodia, both of them are claiming these temples. Okay. So it is mainly related to Buddhism. And meanwhile, they are fighting with each other. When they are fighting with each other, some of the Hindu temples are also getting destroyed. You may have seen that some of the Hindu temples has also been destroyed during this fight with Thailand and Cambodia. Okay. So, if you look at this, in fact, the Priya Vihar, which was there, it belongs to it is called to be a Hindu temple of very long time. Like it was near about you can see 11th or 12th century. So from that time there was Khmer Empire. There was one thing called as Khmer Empire, and during that time there was build of this Priya Vihar temple. So that is a Hindu temple. Okay. So that one is a Hindu temple. And when we talk about the Tamohan temple, okay, so this Tamohan Tom temple, if we talk about this is belonging, this is something, okay, this is something like which is belonging to Lord Shiva. Tamohan Thom temple, it is belonging to Lord Shiva. So both of them are Hindu temples in that sense, but at the same time, it is not just about the religion of these things. Okay. It is not just about religion of these temple. It is about the local people who have the issues with respect to the control or the cultural association with them. It is not a fight between two different religions as such. It is not a fight between two religions as such. So it is not a religious angle here. It is more about a cultural issue that both of them are claiming the ownership over each and other temple. So that is one thing. Okay, that is not important from exam point of view. The one thing which you can see is the locations of these. Okay. Now coming to the next part. The third important article is with respect to Kavach system and accidents in India. Kavach system and rail accidents. Kavach system and rail accidents. So can you tell me, national pride and cultural heritage, yes. So now can you tell me what is this Kavach system? Any idea about this? What is the Kavach system? It is related to train, that's fine. So what is the unique thing about this Kavach system? It's related to train, that's correct. So what's unique about this Kavach system? Automatic train protection system. Now, it is not just in metro cities. It is not just to be in metro cities. It is supposed to be implemented across India. Basically, this is a train collision avoidance system. This is a train collision avoidance system. So this is an automatic system. This is something which works. It is like this one establishes a communication. This is something which establishes a communication between the trains. And even stations. So this is something which is establishing a communication between the trains, among the trains as well as the station. So just to give you one example, suppose that there are two trains approaching each other. Okay. There are two trains which are approaching each other. Then what will be the part? That these trains, they will be connected with each other via the satellite. Via satellite, via GPS signals, they will be connected to each other. So if they are going to collide with each other, if there is a possible chance of collision, there will be an automatic brake in both of these trains. Even when the driver is not alert, even if the driver is not alert, then also there can be an automatic shutdown of these two trains, the automatic braking of these two trains. So when we are talking about the Kavach system, you can see this is one train, that another train is there. Now they are connected with each other with respect to the global positioning system or the GPS system. So they will be communicating with each other. The trains will be in communication with each other. Even when the driver is not alert, then also they will automatically communicate with each other, and the machines will do the work. The machines will stop each other. So here it is removing the chances of human error. If humans are seeing this red light or others, they will automatically stop. But suppose due to any such human error, if humans have not been able to stop the train, if the driver of the train has not been able to stop it, then also this collision system, this collision avoidance system is going to stop the train automatically. The machines will be communicating with each other. So one of the major thing here is to avoid the collision. Okay. So there is a real time train communication in this Kavach system. So when we are talking about this Kavach system, okay, so this is going to be implemented across India, but right now when we talk about this, it has been implemented only in certain zones. It has been completed only in certain zones. It has not been done throughout India. There is this news article that the installation on Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata route, this was something which was supposed to be done in 2025-26. Okay, like deadline was of December 2025, but it is not going to be completed by December 2025. It may take some more time. Meanwhile, when we are talking about the rail accidents in India, this is about the rail accidents in India. Rail accidents, and like per year. This is about per year. So in 2005-2006, it was 234 rail accidents per year. Now this has something which has come down to 31 in 2024-25. This has come down to 31 in 2024-25. In recent times, you can see in 2020-21, it has come down to 22. Then it rose sharply to 35, 48. But again, from the last 2 years, it has been coming down. In the last year, 2024-25, it was just at 31. So over the times, the rail accidents in India, it has been declining. The rail accidents in India has been declining over the last few years. Now, what we see here, when we talk about the collisions in 2024-25, it says that there were only 3 collisions, 24 derailments and others. So total 31 accidents were there. When we talk about the period of 2004 to 2013-14, there were around 1711 train accidents. But in the last decade, this has come down to 678. Number of deaths has also reduced from 904 to 748. So this is one thing. The rail accidents has been coming down in India in the last 1 decade, but still we have a higher number of train accidents. So Kavach system needs to be implemented. Whenever there is a train accident, then only there is discussion about this. Whenever we are having a rail accident, then only after that there is a discussion about this, that there should be implementation of Kavach system in Indian Railways. This has been something for like more than 10 years now. This technology has been there for almost 10 years now, but the implementation has been very much slower. The implementation of this has been quite slower. So you can see that still only some portions of India is covered via the Kavach system. Yes. So this is one part, the Kavach system, what is the application and all. Okay. So I hope this one is also clear. Any doubt in this? Passenger safety. If you look at railway, remember one thing. This is the data with respect to only train collision or derailment. If we talk about train related accidents, the numbers are quite higher. I hope now it's running fine. I hope now it's running fine. I hope now it's running fine. So now come to this one thing, RCEP minus China. So let me give you a context of this. Let me give you this one context. 2019, there was signing of regional comprehensive economic partnership, RCEP. This was one thing. Here you will find that we have ASEAN. In this part, we have ASEAN plus 5 countries. Now, remember one thing. When this RCEP, Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, was getting finalized, at that time, India was one of the very active participant. India was one of the very famous active participant in its meeting. But at the last moment, India has withdrawn from this RCEP. In 2019, at the last moment, India has withdrawn from RCEP, Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. So there were 5 countries in this. You will find that when we talk about them, we have China here. Okay. You will find that we have China in this case, and at the same time, we have Japan, we have South Korea, we have Australia and New Zealand. So there were 15 countries of RCEP. Originally, it was supposed to have 16 nations. Including India. But India has withdrawn from it at the last moment. Now, what we see that at that time, there was a criticism that India is missing out the opportunity. That when India is not joining the RCEP, it is a opportunity which we are missing. That we are not going to have trade with these countries. But over the time, in the last 6 years, India has been able to make a free trade agreement with 14 nations out of 15. So as of now, what we see that we have FTA. When we talk about India, India is having a free trade agreement with 14 nations. India is having free trade agreement with 14 nations of RCEP. Means apart from China, we are having a free trade agreement with all other nations of RCEP. We have all other nations of RCEP here apart from China. So do we have anything with China? Do we have any such trade agreement with China or not? So when we talk about China, we are having an Asia Pacific trade agreement in general. When we are talking about China, we are having an Asia Pacific trade agreement in general. Asia Pacific trade agreement. So that is one thing we have in general with China. So this is a preferential trade pact. This is a preferential trade pact. This is something which is called as a preferential trade pact. What is the meaning of this preferential trade pact? The meaning is quite simple, that lower tariff on a few items. Lower tariff on a few items. Here we are having a lower tariff on a few items. So basically when we talk about the free trade agreement means very low tariff or zero tariff. Very low tariff or zero tariff on almost all the goods. But when we talk about the preferential trade agreement, we see that it is a trade agreement which allows to have lower tariff on only a few goods. So with China, India is having, when we talk about China and India, we are having an Asia Pacific trade agreement which provides us the opportunity for a lower tariff on a few items. And with all other nations, the 14 nations of the RCEP, we are having a free trade agreement. So this is one of the smart strategies which was adopted by India with respect to this RCEP. That we didn't become part of RCEP, and at the same time we are having free trade agreement with all other nations of RCEP. Now this question is from Ranjit, that why India doesn't have FTA with China. You know, when we are not having FTA with China, then we are having so much of trade deficit. China is using this policy of dumping of goods in India. So when we will allow the free trade agreement with China, it will be significant loss to our industries. China is having a policy where it is trying to damage the industries of a country, Now, we are having China as a major competitor in the manufacturing sector as well as services sector. So that's why we cannot have a free trade agreement like that with China. So cheap Chinese import, this will be a major concern for India. That's why India didn't become part of RCEP, but India has got FTA with all other nations of RCEP. So this is one of the topic which we have in the news. Okay. Now, let's see some specific articles. Okay. So we have this one thing. Last day we could not discuss this. Difference between sodium ion and lithium ion batteries. If we talk about sodium ion batteries, it is 500 times more abundant than lithium. Lithium is rarely available. You can see in India also we have limited reserve. When we talk about recyclability, it is having a simple recyclable process. In case of lithium, it is complex. We are comparing two types of batteries, sodium ion versus lithium ion. So lithium is rare, lithium is complex in terms of recycling. Sodium is abundant and easy recycling also. When we talk about environment, it is environment friendly, but in case of lithium also there is no such environmental risk. Okay. Raw material, its cost is $300 to $800 per metric ton, whereas in case of lithium it is 78,000 per metric ton. It means highly costly. This is something which is highly costly. It is quite less cost. Okay. So if we talk about manufacturing cost, fully compatible, here manufacturing cost is also high. When we talk about rechargeability, it is 1500 cycles, and here it is 2000 to 3000 times. Means it is more durable. It is having more durable, almost 2 times. It is more durable as compared to sodium. But still, if we compare sodium ion batteries with lithium ion batteries, sodium ion batteries are low cost environment friendly also, and can give the same thing as lithium ion. So you might get a comparison type question of sodium and lithium ion batteries. Both of them are there. Okay. So this is the first part. Second thing, Bharat forecast system. This is also a part of prelims specific thing. Now, this is something which has been announced by Indian Meteorological Department, IMD. So this is a weather model which is giving high accuracy forecast with a resolution of 6 kilometers. So this can give localized weather forecast. This is something which can provide a localized weather forecast of 6 kilometer resolution. Okay. So it can predict weather for small geographic areas more accurately and in localized manner. It has been developed by the Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology in Pune. Okay. And it has been under testing since 2022. Now IMD has launched this officially. It has been launched officially by IMD now. So Bharat forecast system has been enabled from 2025 officially now, that we are going to use this system for prediction of weather. So it is providing a very high resolution of around 6 kilometers. Then we have certain news items like CRISPR-Cas9, Thailand, zinc finger nucleases and base editing. There are 4 terms which are related with gene editing. There are 4 terminologies, CRISPR-Cas9. So here you will find that CRISPR is guide RNA. This is the guide RNA, and Cas9, it is the protein. So this is a gene editing tool. When we talk about Thailand, they are basically engineered enzymes which are designed for precision genome editing. Okay. So Thailands are basically the engineered enzymes. Again, it is same thing like CRISPR-Cas9. In CRISPR-Cas9, it is a modern technique. Thailand is also there. Thailand have been used for quite some time, but Thailand is not as effective as CRISPR-Cas9. In same manner, we have zinc finger nucleases also. So they are also custom designed proteins that can recognize and cut specific DNA sequences. Now, what is the problem with zinc finger nucleases? The problem is that designing the specific protein is one of the toughest tasks. Okay. So in the case of zinc finger nuclease also, we have an option of gene editing, but the problem is that designing that protein is a challenging task. And there is another thing called as base editing. So this is the newer version. This is a newer version that changes single DNA letters without cutting both DNA strands. So this is the new part, base editing, where one single strand of DNA can be cut instead of removing the entire pair. So this is the 4 zinc editing tools. Normally in the exam, you are given the names only, like base editing is for what, zinc finger nucleases refer to what, or Talin is what. So in case of CRISPR-Cas9 also, there is just this one simple thing. They have asked, what is the use of CRISPR-Cas9? So in same manner, you can get question on Talin also, zinc finger nucleases also, and the newest one, base editing. Okay. So that is one thing. Bharat forecast system is indigenous system. That's correct. So these were the prelims specific topic which you have to keep in mind. Ranjit, your question is there about the test. Certain questions are wrong. Tell me about this one thing. How many topics, unheard topics? Means when you are solving the papers, there may be some unheard topics which you have never heard about. There may be certain things where there is lack of revision or confusion. And third part is silly mistakes. So all of you, I have one question from all of you. You all are solving test papers. So I want you all to give me an answer on this in the comment box, that if you are getting low marks in the test papers, what is the reason? Have you got unheard topics, lack of revision and confusion, or are there silly mistakes? So just go through this, give me the answer of these things in the comment box, and in the next session I will give you answer to this. Meanwhile, also give the answer of these two questions in the comment box. So thank you everyone. In the next session we will discuss current affairs also and about the test paper also. Okay. So tell me about this one and then we will talk tomorrow. Thank you everyone. Take care and all the best.